The NBA All-Star Weekend isn't just a mid-season exhibition, it's a celebration of basketball's rich tapestry, where legends are born and unforgettable stories unfold. Today, we delve into the most captivating moments, from gravity-defying dunks to clutch plays that defined careers, as we look back on the ultimate stage where legends are celebrated. So which moments take the crown? Well, let's have a look, but before we do, if you enjoy story-driven NBA content like this, be sure to like and subscribe, as it helps us more than you know. For decades, the dunk contest has been the stage for gravity-defying artistry, a place where the limits of human athleticism are shattered in front of a roaring crowd. It's so iconic that it's been both ruined and revived twice, and despite its ups and downs, when the dunk contest hits, it hits. Like in 1986, Spud Webb silenced the doubters and gravity itself by leaping past his 5'7" frame to defeat his teammate Dominique Wilkins. This wasn't just a win, it was a testament to the idea that hops trump height. Fast forward to 2003, where Jason Richardson, often overshadowed by Vince Carter's earlier dominance in the decade, more on him later, delivered a dunking masterclass. His off-the-bounce, self-hoop dunks had a prototype high flyer's flair, proving why back-to-back titles were well-deserved. Superman's cape entered the scene in 2009 when Dwight Howard took the rim to new heights, literally, by slamming it home on a 12-foot hoop, a moment that felt both absurd and awe-inspiring. But what made Dwight's run so special wasn't the gimmicks, it was his sheer athleticism and agility at his height. Then there's the showdown of showdowns in 1988, Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins. Jordan's iconic free throw line dunk embodied finesse, while Wilkins' thunderous windmills were raw power and grace. It was basketball's version of poetry in motion. Finally, who could forget the ultimate underdog story in 2006? Nate Robinson. After what felt like hundreds of attempts, Crypto Nate defied exhaustion and logic to claim victory, proving that heart and perseverance are just as memorable as the dunks themselves. And much like Wilkins to Jordan, Andre Iguodala played the role of the rival almost perfectly, where many still believe he was the rightful winner. But the dunk contest has always been a stage for the unimaginable. A few moments have defied its legacy, like these two iconic battles for our top picks. A runner-up, we're heading back to the year 2000, where Vince Carter didn't just win the dunk contest, he reinvented it. The energy in the arena shifted the moment he stepped on the court, from the jaw-dropping opening 360 windmill that went against the grain to the arm and the rim honey dip that had the crowd stunned silent. Every moment felt historic. We all knew we were witnessing something unique that could have only been delivered by Vince, and no one else, despite Stevie Franchise's best efforts on the night. His emphatic "it's over" wasn't just a declaration, it was a prophecy, cementing his performance as one of the greatest spectacles the contest has ever seen. And we're crazy it's not our top spot, right? But then there was 2016.
Yes, there it is. He does this. Jackson. Okay. It's the same dunk, but without the hoverboard.
Whereas it was a foregone that Carter would win in 2000. This was as thrilling whilst being as competitive as it gets, but also wasn't just a contest, it was a canvas for pure artistry. After almost a decade of mediocre dunk contests, Aaron Gordan and Zach Lavine put us all on notice again and reminded us of the superhuman. They pushed each other, defied physics, and redefined creativity in the moment. We had that feeling again, except this time we didn't know who the winner would be, unlike in 2000. And while Lavine ultimately took home the trophy, to the disagreement of many, us included, it didn't matter because the real winner was the sport itself, with fans treated to a duel of unmatched brilliance. At its peak, the dunk contest is theater, athleticism, and magic rolled into one, and these moments prove why it continues to captivate and electrify every generation of basketball fan. For our next entry, let's step into the realm of range and rhythm, the three-point contest. If the dunk contest is a show of raw, superhuman athleticism, then the three-point contest is its cerebral counterpart, pure skill under pressure. It's the event that makes you believe, just for a second, that you could step up and catch fire and go home a champion. And while that's almost certainly not true, it's the magic of the illusion that keeps coming back. Over the years, the three-point contest has become the undeniable crown of All-Star Saturday Night. The same night Zach and Aaron were treating us to their aerial display, Klay Thompson did as well. He stole the spotlight in 2016's three-point contest, edging out fellow Splash Brother and then teammate Steph Curry with a near-perfect 27-point final round that showcased his trademark shooting precision. 2 years later, Devin Booker redefined the meaning of a heat check, setting a then record with 28 points in the final round and cementing his status as one of the league's elite marksmen. Back in the early 2000s, Peja Stojakovic delivered back-to-back titles in 2002 and 2003 with his odd slingshot screwball, but then at the same time silky smooth shooting stroke, while Craig Hodges made history in 91 by drilling an unbelievable 19 consecutive threes, a record that still feels untouchable. Mark Price followed up in 1993 with a pure mechanics masterclass, scoring 24 points in the final round with textbook accuracy, and 25 years later, Joe Harris delivered one of the contest's biggest surprises, outlasting Steph Curry in the clutch underdog performance that reminded everyone why the three-point contest never fails to deliver drama. However, our top two picks stand head and shoulders above the rest, and we obviously can't talk shooting without talking Steph Curry, and our runner-up spot here is Steph's clutch shot in 2021. Only a few could turn a three-point contest into must-see drama like Steph. With the title on the line, the final money ball in his hands, Curry delivered as only the greatest shooter in the history could. The shot, the swagger, and the sheer inevitability of his brilliance reminded us why he owns the arc.
He's got to hit them all. No, he doesn't. Not all of them. Oh, he can't miss now. Oh, he got to make this. He got to make this. Oh, he got him. He got him. I told you 28. 28.
But our top spot, though, is the stuff of legend. Yes, we're talking Larry Bird in 1988. Bird, who didn't just dominate the contest, he turned it into folklore. Strolling into the locker room and casually asking which one of you was coming second was one thing, but warm-up jacket on, calling his shot and raising his finger in victory before the final ball even swished, that's the moment Larry Legend became more than a player. He became a myth.
He took off his top yet. I didn't see when he took off his top. I tell you, it's hard to shoot out the Bird just made 23.
We still got to drop one here quickly. 14. This is a tie for the money. Yo! Larry Bird at the buzzer with the two-point ball.
The three-point contest is all about precision under pressure, and we feel these two moments perfectly embody that mix of skill and showmanship in its purest form. In our next category, we're looking at moments. The magic of All-Star Weekend isn't just in its marquee events, it's in the unexpected, quirky moments that capture the spirit of the game. Some come spontaneously, whilst others are crafted through an event, but one thing they all have in common is they could only happen at All-Star Weekend. We're talking Charles Barkley racing referee Dick Bavetta in 2007, which was pure chaos in the best way, and a moment so absurd you couldn't help but laugh. Or when Shaq and LeBron turned an All-Star practice into a stage for an impromptu dance-off. A joyful reminder that larger-than-life personalities drive this league as much as talent. Then there's Chris Bosh's clutch half-court shooting spree and shooting stars competition, proving even the simplest contest could be pulse-pounding, or the weird fun of the skills competition over the years, especially the older variations of the bigs versus small races, which we beg of the NBA, please bring back. And of course, this also includes the recent Steph Curry vs Sabrina Ionescu in 2024. When history meets brilliance, you get this, the WNBA vs the NBA three-point challenge. In a dazzling display of range and precision, Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu put on a show for the ages. Curry edged out Ionescu 29-26 in a duel that wasn't just about competition, but celebrating the universality of the game. Groundbreaking, captivating, and unforgettable, it was a moment that reminded us why basketball is for everyone. But our top moment that transcended basketball, well, that's Magic Johnson's return in 1992.
There has been plenty of Magic here in Orlando. Magic Johnson, that is. 3 months ago, he announced his retirement from the NBA after testing positive for the HIV virus. But he was voted by the fans as one of the starting guards for the Western Conference Stars.
One of the greatest players of all time, making his 12th All-Star game appearance, Magic Johnson!
After retiring due to his HIV diagnosis, Magic's presence on the court wasn't just a comeback, it was a cultural moment. But this is Magic we're talking about. He didn't just show up. He dropped 25 points, handed out 9 assists, and joked and messed around with his buddies on the court with his signature smile, and capped it all off with a buzzer-beating 3 that brought the house down. Watching him win MVP honors that night wasn't just special, it was legendary. These moments might not steal the headlines, but they're the secret sauce that makes All-Star Weekend unforgettable. Right, now let's look to the future. The Rising Stars game has delivered some unforgettable moments, showcasing future superstars before they ascend to greatness. Kyrie Irving's flawless shooting in 2012, where he dropped 34 points and shot 8 from 3, was a glimpse into the destined stardom. In 2000, Jason Williams turned flair into history with his iconic no-look elbow pass, an audacious move still replayed to this day. John Wall orchestrated a record-breaking symphony of 22 assists in 2011, while Zion Williamson literally bent the backboard in 2020 with a thunderous dunk that screamed peak Zion. Kevin Durant's record 46-point showcase in 2009 cemented his status as the unstoppable force he would become, while Andre Drummond's 30-point, 25-rebound MVP performance in 2014 was sheer dominance in an action that caught everyone by surprise. And who could forget the alley-oop clinic by LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony in 2004? A preview of 2 future Hall of Famers sharing the court and lighting up the game. These moments prove that the Rising Stars game isn't just a stage, it's a springboard for legendary memories. Sometimes it's not always the big name or the Hall of Famer, as our top spot demonstrates, where for a brief instant, the Rising Stars game transcended its laid-back nature and gave us something electric. Enter Tim Hardaway Jr. and Dion Waiters, whose unexpected one-on-one shootout turned the 2014 game into an instant classic.
And Waiters has gotten aggressive here in the second half.
Here we go, green light. Green light, I said green light.
Oh my God, this is crazy. It's a one-on-one game breaking out. What a back and forth between Dion Waiters and Tim Hardaway Jr.
Trading deep threes in rapid succession, the two guards lit up the scoreboard and had the entire arena on its feet. It wasn't just entertaining, it was the kind of candid moment that you felt you never saw and only heard of in closed-door trainings. Two players unafraid of the stage or each other, only game versus game. And in the hyper-presented and calculated world we live in, the rawness and authenticity of that exchange could never have been replicated. And that's why it's our top pick at this category. Next up, we shift focus to the unique and unlikely. The rare air, if you will excuse the pun. The All-Star Weekend usually puts the narrative of the season's players on display. Often mistaken for a collection of highlights, its whole weekend is a showcase of moments that resonate with fans and players alike. There are so many to choose from, we could do a whole video just on here itself, but we chose to stick with the following. Back in '93, in a moment that would become iconic for Utah basketball, John Stockton and Karl Malone shared MVP honors, leading their Jazz to a perfect showcase of unselfish basketball, or the 2016 All-Star Game, which will forever be etched in history, not just for the electric atmosphere, but for its emotional farewell to Kobe Bryant. As the basketball world celebrated his legendary career, Kobe went out in style, scoring only 10 points in his final All-Star appearance, but it was a fitting send-off to a career that defined an era. But in a more powerful way, the 2020 All-Star Game became a poignant tribute to the Black Mamba after his tragic passing. Players donned number 2 and number 24 jerseys in honor of Kobe and his daughter Gianna, and the MVP award was renamed to the Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP Award, solidifying his place in history. It makes us more grateful to look back on the 2011 matchup between Kobe and LeBron James, showcasing the fierce competitiveness and brilliance of two generational icons in what felt like a finals preview we never came to see. Unlikely moments have defined the main event too. In 1997, Glenn Rice stunned everyone with 20 points in a single quarter, setting a record for most points in a half and earning MVP honors. Kyle Lowry's unexpected heroics in 2020, taking charges in the final minutes to help secure a win, was a reminder that grit and determination can shine even in the star-studded spotlight, no matter how funny it was. And although they're known for it, Vince Carter and his cousin Tracy McGrady still surprised in the many showcases at doing what they do best. They wowed many times in the early 2000s with moments that blended creativity with basketball IQ that left even their peers in disbelief of the jaw-dropping feats of athleticism and creativity, reminding us that even the stars can be caught out by the unpredictable and the spectacular. But our top spot here goes to the GOAT. No, not his missed dunk.
And Jordan ahead of the field. Jordan takes. Oh, he blew it. Whoa.
But we're referring to his later years. It's MJ in his final All-Star game.
Then you talk about Michael Jordan finally scoring the basketball.
Now Sean Marion of the Phoenix Suns, who just came out, is guarding Jordan. Michael hits the jumper. And here comes Jordan with Garnett back. Michael Jordan.
The anticipation was off the charts as MJ took the court one last time. From Mariah's custom dress to Vince Carter stepping out of the starting lineup for Jordan, this had it all. At a true MJ fashion, with just seconds remaining in overtime, he hit his patented fadeaway over Sean Marion to give the Yeast the lead.
Michael has the ball, again guarded by Sean Marion. The fadeaway, yes! With 4 and 8 seconds.
It was the perfect poetic ending to his All-Star career. We knew it was all coming, and yet we still wondered if it would happen. It doesn't matter that the West answered with a double OT to steal the game. To us, Jordan's performance was an iconic reminder of his greatness, making the unlikely possible and ensuring the legend of MJ lived on at every moment. And for our final category, we need to shift focus to the actual event itself, the All-Star Game, where we see the star of stars and how they show up to create a unique spectacle every year. We're talking performances of those who stand out amongst the standouts. We're referring to at the 2022 All-Star Game, Steph Curry putting on a shooting clinic that left everyone in awe, dropping 50 points including a mind-boggling 16 three-pointers. His performance was a reminder of his otherworldly abilities, as the crowd buzzed with excitement every time he let it fly. Like in recently, 2021, where Giannis Antetokounmpo delivered a flawless performance, going 16 for 16 from the field, racking up 35 points and taking home MVP honors. It was a dominant statement game, solidifying Giannis as one of the league's premier players, where he also went on that year to win the title. Off to 1998, where we witnessed a defining matchup between Michael Jordan and a young Kobe Bryant. Jordan, in front of the New York City crowd, only scored 23 to Kobe's 19, but it was in the way in which they went about it. MJ giving Kobe the old head lesson, and Kobe unafraid of the show, signaling to the world his fearless game, which felt like a true passing of the torch between the veteran and the rising star. In 2017, LeBron James came close to recording a triple-double, showcasing his all-round brilliance with 29 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists in what was ended in the competitive game despite the game's typically low defensive intensity to start. Finally, this list wouldn't be complete without mentioning Michael Jordan's unforgettable 1988 performance in his hometown Chicago. While his victory in the dunk contest became legendary, it was his 40-point display in the All-Star Game that solidified his place as the face of the weekend, making 1988 a celebration of everything Jordan embodied: excellence, athleticism, and showmanship. But for our top spot, that goes to Allen Iverson. In 2001, the All-Star Game saw one of the most electric performances in recent memory. Allen Iverson, known for his toughness and scoring ability, dropped 25 points in the second half to lead the East to a thrilling comeback victory.
It's only a 7-point game with 4.5 to go. Iverson, does he get the continuation? Yes, he does. It counts, and the foul. Iverson for 3. Iverson with the steal, but he stepped out of bounds. Allen Iverson with 13 of his 23 points in the fourth quarter.
With his signature scoring style and fearless attitude, Iverson turned the game into his personal showcase. His performance was not just about points, it was about his ability to take over the game when it was on the line, and his infectious drive that bled into everyone else in the game also. From Stephen Marbury's shot clutch making, to Dikembe Mutombo seemingly grabbing every rebound, and even Kobe playing the opposite in The Villain, it all came from Iverson's infectious play. It was a moment that awarded Iverson his first All-Star MVP and reminded us why he's one of the most loved players to ever play the game. And although some of us come close, it just doesn't seem like we'll ever get a game like this again, and a performance like Iverson just cemented in history. And there you have it. I hope you enjoy these pieces of basketball history, encapsulating everything that makes All-Star Weekend the iconic celebration we all love. Although these were our favorites, what are yours? And which ones did we miss? Let us know down in the comments. And if you want more story-driven lists like this from the NBA, then don't forget to like and subscribe, help a small channel like us grow, and check out some of our other content. Until next time, thanks for watching.